Hey, this is Matthew from Nerd News Today. Welcome back to our continuing coverage from San Diego Comic-Con 2019. Once again, we're not at the show, but that doesn't mean we're not going to cover everything that happened because there's a lot going on there this year. So we're going to take a look now at one of my personal favorites and one of the things that I collect the most as a figure collector, and that's the WWE figures from Mattel. Now, this is going to actually be a two-part video because part one is going to talk about specifically what was shown on display during previews night, and then part two is going to go over what was revealed during the panels, which was today, Friday, which has a lot of 3D renderings, a lot of stuff that we're really not seeing on display at the show itself. So let's go ahead and take a look at what was on display at the Mattel WWE booth. So we're going to start with the basic action figures. And shout out to Ringside Collectibles. We're going to be using photos from a few different sources here, but of course Ringside is one of the main ones we're going to be pulling photos from. And they got a bunch of just really great shots of the entire display. This is kind of like the new display that Ringside's been using at a lot of their events and venues now when they come out to show stuff. They have essentially a whole bunch of figures in these glass cases lined up one by one in these little boxes. And it kind of runs down a lot of what we're going to see, a lot of what we're going to talk about. Because usually in the case, they mix in some of the newest stuff with some stuff that's already out. In fact, you can see here, there's a few figures like the Asuka that has not come out yet next to some figures that already have. So we're going to mostly focus on what actually is new. But again, here's a little glimpse of what's been out for a while. You can see, in fact, the Basic 100 series right there in front of you. We're going to talk about them in a little bit, but we're going to deal with basically just every other Basic that was showing off. And this year, there's a lot of new female wrestling figures coming out, so that's exciting. A lot more female wrestlers in general in the company. So to balance it out, we have to have more figures, and that's good news because we're still missing a few people that we haven't gotten yet. And yeah, you can just see again, look at the stature of this display, how enormous this thing looks, and how it gets more full every time. You know, I've seen this in person at Toy Fair, and it's just mind-blowing how much they fit in there. And yeah, I can imagine their offices must look like this. They probably don't, but I mean, it'd be amazing to have an office just filled with walls upon walls of figures and cases like this. So we're going to go ahead here now and start with some of the basics, and we are going to have two new single pack figures. I believe they're singles. They might be two packs, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be separate releases of the Authors of Pain. And so we're getting them to each have kendo sticks. You'll see the other brother, Akam and Razar. I always get their names a little screwy. And I really don't know how to tell them apart yet, so hopefully you guys can. And these pictures are going to be a little bit out of order because here you see we've got Mustafa Ali. He's going to get a basic with two variants. You can see the green pants version on the left and the silver pants version on the right. So again, these pictures are going to be a little out of order just because of how I assembled them. I didn't have a chance to really go through them and get them together the way I wanted them to be. But ultimately, we're going to have at least 2 to 3 shots of everybody. And see, there you go. There's the Authors of Pain shot next to each other. So again, I'm pretty sure they're going to be sold separately, but don't take my word for it. So you can see that one of them has a kendo stick that's in good condition, and the other one has one that's clearly broken. And that's a totally new accessory, which is really, really great idea. Really cool idea for figure photography and everything else. Here you can see the new Daniel Bryan alongside a new AJ Styles. So this is the first of several Daniel Bryans you're going to be seeing in this video, as well as several AJs. And this represents their feud together. And, you know, this is the new Daniel Bryan, so it's got that really awesome smirking face. The AJ face is a recycle, it's just the deco that's new, but the Bryan is brand new face. And here are some Usos, and I think these are also new heads. Now, I believe the pants have been reused before. This is a reuse of them. They had similar puffy pants with the Elite figures that they had recently. I just turned Southern for a second that they had recently. But we're getting white pants basics, and the heads look really good here. I have to admit, the heads are looking pretty great. We're also finally getting the Iconics, and this is actually, I think, a different outfit than what we've seen them in the past. You can see they've got the Australian flag on their socks there. So this is really cool. I'm going to assume this will be a 2-pack, but it could be singles, because I think there already is a 2-pack on the way. So this might be each of them being sold separately. So if you didn't get the 2-pack, here's your chance to get them in singles. There you go. There's Peyton Royce, looking mighty fine. Really liking the outfit and the deco here. And I don't normally buy basic figures, but there are a bunch here that might make me change my mind. I haven't actually bought a basic female wrestler in quite some time, in fact, since they've changed the bodies to make them more simplistic. In fact, you can see here she doesn't even have like the proper shoulder joints anymore because they've changed things up. So now they've got the bicep swivel instead. But you can see here's Billy Kay. These guys look really good. The facial expressions are perfect. They really nailed the characters. I look forward to getting these when I see them. And, you know, there's going to be a lot more, like I said, female wrestlers you're going to see throughout this video. So here's just the first two you're going to get your hands on. Now here is Drake Maverick, and this is him in his Authors of Pain managerial outfit. So Drake is going to be getting a variant. We're seeing him here in the green outfit. He's going to have a black version also, which we'll see pictures of later on. So, Drake will be the special variant chase figure in whatever basic line he's going to be coming in. So we're not going to get Drake Maverick in his current role, which is the 24/7 champion / whatever else it is that he's doing these days. It's kind of an older figure at this point, but it's a really cool looking toy. Some new pieces on him. That plastic's really cool. And again, here is Mustafa Ali in the green. Another shot of him. And shout out also to the Wrestling Figures forum, because I pulled a lot of pictures from them as well. I've been a member of that site for a long, long time. Not the most active, but I've been there for a long time, done many a trade over there. Now, here is a basic I am super, super happy to see. We're now going to finally be able to complete the Riot Squad. We have Sarah Logan in all of her Viking glory. This is a good-looking figure, and I'm going to definitely be getting this, along with some other figures we'll see a little bit later on. But yeah, you can finally complete the Riot Squad, which shouldn't have been this hard to begin with, but it's only 3 wrestlers after all. But we finally got Sarah Logan. So now we're taking a look at Mustafa Ali again. This is him in the silvery gray purple pants outfit. So, we're going to probably get a lot of Mustafa Ali's, I feel, over the next year or so. So we're starting to gear up. So I'm kind of curious why they're doing the variant for him to begin with. Who knows? I mean, his popularity is rising. Maybe they didn't plan that when they first did this figure. But we're going to see a lot more of him. And here is the Drake Maverick in black. So this is the variant attire. It's a really good Drake Maverick head sculpt. And again, it's just a very, very cool outfit. We're not going to really see him in this outfit ever again. And, I can see this being reused in so many different toys for customizers out there. It's very cool looking. Speaking of cool looking, here's one that I don't want to admit I think is actually very cool. But this Baron Corbin basic, wow. I mean, this is really good. I don't like Baron Corbin. I mean, he's a perfect heel that you love to hate. But, I mean, man, this is a really cool looking figure. I was wondering if they were going to make an elite of him or basic what they were going to do. And that basic is just perfect. Nailed it. And again, another bit that they nailed here. We've got Selena, Vega, and Andrade. I'm trying to roll my R's, but it's not working at the moment. Andrade. Yeah, close enough. And Andrade has his entrance mask. So I'm going to assume that these will be 2-packs. So we've got a few Andrades before, but this is the first Selena Vega figure. Really good expression on her face. In fact, here's that AJ again that we saw earlier. But yeah, very, very happy to see another Andrade and the first ever Zelina Vega figure. I'm sure we're going to get a lot more of both those guys in the future, but not as many figures as AJ has had. And I swear, this outfit looks almost identical to another blue AJ I bought recently, another blue basic. That's the kind of thing with AJ's outfits, is the colors are different, but beyond that, they're kind of similar, and it gets a little hard to keep up with what he's worn, what he hasn't worn. It's already been done. So, I don't mind more AJs, though. I mean, I even bought a new Elite AJ very recently that is also actually blue, come to think of it. Elite 66. Whatever. Here's another shot of one of the Authors of Pain. You can again see that broken kendo stick. Such a cool feature, accessory. And here's another one of the Uso brothers. I can never tell apart brother teams, so I couldn't tell you if this one's Jimmy, this one's Jay. If anybody can let me know what the deal is, go ahead, tell me who is who. I've watched it for so many years, and I still can't tell them apart, at least in toy form. I think in person I can tell them apart much easier, but when I'm looking at them on screen as toys, it's not coming through. So we're getting another Jeff Hardy basic. Again, Jeff Hardy, super toyetic character. And now we're getting a blue and black modern style version of Jeff Hardy with that really interesting face paint that he always has on him. I actually don't own a Jeff Hardy yet, believe it or not. I have a Matt Hardy that's signed, but I actually don't own any Jeff Hardys yet. But there were a few revealed here during this event that I'm going to probably end up picking up. We'll see how that all works out towards the end. But, I'm going to have to get a Matt and Jeff at some point. It's just a matter of who, which ones I'm going to have for my loose collection. So over here we have another one of the Usos. Bewilders me as to which one is which, but I just really like the pants on these guys, and the tattoos look good, and if they look this good in actual stores, I'll be happy. Now, here is a basic that I will have to get. This is Seth Rollins in his Infinity Gauntlet gear. Now, since Hasbro has the rights to Marvel, obviously Mattel cannot make a proper Infinity Gauntlet outfit, and there's a lot of Marvel things they can't really do that they're, finding ways around. And in this case, here is how they're getting around Seth Rollins doing the Infinity Gauntlet outfit. So basically, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. There's no little Infinity gems on them or anything like that. But it's going to be basically the closest we can get to having an Infinity Gauntlet in a wrestling toy. Here's another look at the new Daniel Bryan. And I love the head sculpts in these. Again, I have a bunch of Daniel Bryans already in different facial hair patterns. I'm going to have to get at least one of these. I don't think I'll be getting a basic, but I will get definitely one of the elites you're going to see coming up. Now we're headed into the Basic Series 100, which is basically like a greatest hits line, but with a few new tweaks and so. And kicking things off, we have the Undertaker. And this is basically a modern style Undertaker, but really great head sculpt. He's got his mouth open, his tongue is sticking out and curled. And I think that's like one of my favorite Undertaker head sculpts ever. I have that, in fact, with the Jax figure that was made with the Hell in the Cell back in the day. Still have that one. Great toy. Another great one here from Basic Series 100. This is The Rock. And yes, he has the enormous sideburns. His head's looking a little big on his body here, but I think that's just the angle of the photo. So if anybody out there is critiquing or wondering about that, we have other photos in this gallery that you'll see that I think his head's going to look a lot more normal. Because you're seeing kind of a similar problem here with Shawn. But trust me, their heads are the correct size. So here is Shawn Michaels from Basic Series 100. Now, there's going to be two Shawns in this line, because Shawn's going to be the variant in this line. So here he is in the mostly red outfit, and we're going to see the variant, which is basically majority of white, kind of like red zebra stripes outfit. In fact, there it is right there. So it's mostly the white pants with the red zebra stripes and some more hearts. Representing, I think it's from 1997, these outfits. Vinny, the wrestling figure historian, is not here with us today to give us all the super details and everything here, but I'm pretty sure this is 97 era. I couldn't tell you the exact event like he could, but, that's why he's Vinny, the wrestling figure historian, and I'm not. And there's a shot of the Undertaker again. And right next to him, you're seeing that John Cena, which we're going to get to momentarily. That John Cena. I hate to admit this, and I don't want to admit it. That's why I'm just getting all bashful all of a sudden. John Cena was not my first, but one of my first Elite figures way back when I first started buying wrestling figures again. There he is. Because I just thought it was such a great representation of him. Of course, there's a Cena in every other line, basically, of basic figures. But this is the Cena, I think, for me, because of the shirt he's wearing. And that shirt is the You Can't See Me retro gaming style shirt. I almost bought that shirt. I hate to say it. I actually almost bought that shirt when it was being sold. And I'm going to probably get that basic because I want that shirt in toy form. Now here is a new Stone Cold Steve Austin, also part of Basic Series 100. And the difference with him is the knee braces. He's got white knee braces, which he hasn't had before. Now, we haven't really gotten an Austin figure in quite some time, to be honest. I'm surprised there haven't been more Austins. But, with him doing more stuff, I think we're going to see a lot more Austins. And, yes, here is a basic Alexa Bliss. It just happened to get mixed in. Don't know how it got in there, but whatever. Nice looking Alexa Bliss figure. But, yeah, Austin is part of the Basic Series 100. Good looking Austin. Really, there's no bad Austin figures out there. Even the ones that I think are as good, they're still pretty darn great because they're Stone Cold Steve Austin figures. And again, Alexa Bliss. We've seen similar Alexas, but I think the head sculpt is new. So that's cool. She snuck into this part of the gallery. And again, here's a better shot from ringside of that retro gaming shirt. There's so much going on in that shirt. It just looks like one of the old style cartridges. And that's why I'm going to have to get that toy, just because I want that shirt so badly. I don't care about the rest of the figure. I'd probably buy like 10 of those figures and just chuck the bodies and, keep the torso, chuck the rest of the parts. We'll see what happens. Again, another shot of The Rock, a little bit of a better angle. And you can see his head, while it does look a little big still, it's actually not that terrible, take my word for it. So what's we can't see here is the back of his legs, so we don't really know if he's the proper Rock boots, but I have been told that they are the correct Rock boots, the correct style. So we'll have to just wait until we get some better photos of that from different angles. And again, here is the Shawn Michaels in the red pants. Really great photo from Ringside Collectibles of Shawn. I really like that outfit, come to think of it. I have one Shawn Michaels. It's an Elite figure. I don't like it that much. Looking to get a new one. Don't want to get a basic, but this might serve its purpose. And again, this one as well. They're both really good outfits. They're both good attires. I haven't really bought a new basic since they've changed the arms, and you can see that here, how the arms look. So I may consider it. It's going to be good. Basic Series 100, very, very strong line. It's basically a greatest hits, but what a bunch of greatest hits you're going to get out of Basic Series 100. And once again, there is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I like how Seth Rollins' Infinity Boot is poking out of this photo. So again, white knee braces, bald head, Austin 316. I'm trying to remember what timeline this actually is from. I think it's towards the end of his career. That's when he started wearing different color knee braces. But again, without Vinny here, I can't get that info off the top of my head. But it really does look good, though. It's very striking with the white. So that's our look at all the basic figures that Mattel had on display. Again, we're not talking about what was shown at the panel. That's going to be a different video. It's part 2. But let's go ahead now and take a look at the Elite figures that were on display in the Mattel booth. And we're going to start, I guess, looks like we're starting here with the Ultimate Edition figures. So, new to the event and revealed for the first time ever, we're getting the Triple H Ultimate Edition and the Finn Balor Ultimate Edition. Now, they picked a really unique timeline to do for Triple H. As you see, we're going to get some more photos of him as we go along here. Looks like we're going to start with Finn first. We'll come back to Triple H. He has a very unique outfit. And same goes for Finn. I don't think this is his WrestleMania outfit from this year, but it is essentially the Demon Finn. And it comes with his really cool little red cape thing there. I think this actually might be WrestleMania 33 Finn, I want to say. I'm just throwing out numbers here. I think it's basically like when he debuted the Demon at Mania. And it looks really good, I have to admit. I was kind of on the fence when I saw that they were going to do Demon Finn Balor as an Ultimate Edition figure. Because my predictions, it wasn't Finn Balor at all. Actually, Triple H was one of my predictions. It never occurred to me that Finn would get a figure, and especially this quick. Because to me, the problem is, you have an Ultimate Edition Finn, you can't really get different head sculpts. You can get basically painted head sculpts. It's really it. Like you see here, this is one of the head sculpts he's going to come with. It is an alternate version of the painted head, which is cool, I guess. But, I was just kind of wondering, can you get a normal Finn head too? It leaves some questions and some things I don't really necessarily like about it. But looking at the figure now, I do really like it. It is a very good figure. And you can see there one of the alternate sets of hands he's going to come with. And again, there is the full entrance attire. So he's got like a lot of little bits and pieces. And, they debuted a lot of new Demon Finn Balor stuff this year. Like, surprisingly, we didn't see a single basic Finn this time around. I'm sure we're going to get some, but we didn't really see any in that video. And, I don't think there's any new ones that are coming out because there's already been so many. But we are going to get a lot of demons this year. So we'll see as we go along. Now here's a better shot of that alternate head and some of the alternate hands. And, it's really great seeing the figure of this because you actually get to see the detail that you might not normally see if you were watching this from home while you're seeing an actual wrestling match. I kind of wish we could get some more shots of the side and everything, but it's really good. It's a really creepy, good Finn Balor. Pretty happy with it. The tongue is good. Likeness is also very, very good. We just reviewed the Ultimate Edition Nakamura on the site, and coming up this Monday, our review for the Ultimate Edition Bret Hart goes live. And the Ultimate Editions are just killer. Like, everything about them is amazing. So, for me to see basically these figures, I'm very happy. But there are some things I wish they did differently, which I think, the Nakamura and Bret Hart figures kind of encapsulate more so than these. Because, yes, it's a Finn Balor, it's got its entrance attire and its wrestling attire, but to me, like, the amount of accessories you're getting and just the, I guess I'm just kind of flustered because it doesn't really work for me as well. I like these figures, but I kind of prefer the style that they did with, like, the Ultimate Warrior even, or the Ronda Rousey, where you have, like, something that's very, very different. Because to me, this could have just as easily been an Elite figure. But I guess I want to get out there some Ultimate versions of Finn with a different articulation. Because to be fair, that'll be really cool too, to have, like, all the articulation that Finn has. So at least you're going to have a really superposable figure. That part is good. Is this the Finn for me? I'm kind of back to flip-flopping again. Before I was like, yeah, we'll see. I think there's a Finn I prefer that we'll see a little later on. And now here is the Triple H figure that we were talking about earlier. And so this is a really surprising period of time to choose for Triple H. Because when I predicted a Triple H figure, I really had no idea what timeline they were going to go with. And so for them to basically be doing this, essentially this, like, I'm trying to remember what event this is from, because he has the World Championship at this point. It might be, like, I don't think it's WrestleMania. It might be SummerSlam. It's basically late 99, early 2000s, around that time period. Not quite sure when it's from, but it's an interesting timeline. You can see here we've got Triple H in his really silly Kangol cap, whatever it's called. And another Triple H head where he's going like, ugh, doing the Triple H grunt. That was my Triple H grunt. You can see here a bunch of different hands, including one so you can go tell people to suck it. Better shot of the faces. Now, unfortunately, that flash is kind of flattening his face on the head on the left, but it does look pretty good, actually. From other photos, you'll see it does look very good. And so does the face next to him as well. And it is a good era to choose for Triple H. I'm just surprised that's what they went with, and especially with the chainmail outfit. It is an iconic look for Triple H. It's just there's other things I'm surprised they would have done instead. I was thinking they might have gone with the Triple H jersey he wore from that same time period. Or, they already made the denim jacket version of Triple H. I don't know. There's some options here. I'm just kind of surprised I went with this one, but I am actually pretty happy to get this specific era of Triple H. Because it looks good. It does actually look very good. I don't own it. I think actually, no. I own one Triple H figure right now. I've been kind of holding out, waiting for, like, a really, really good one. I think this right here is the really, really good one to get. So you can see he also has the sledgehammer and the big gold, the big round gold Championship belt, which is a great belt. Not enough toys come with that one. Happy that we're going to get another shot at getting it. And here's another shot at the alternate heads and alternate hands. So you're going to get closed fists, and again, the socket hands. And you can see a lot better that the face. Now, they really captured the Triple H face, as well as the hair. I think that's been one of the biggest things about the Ultimate Editions, is that they get the hair right. I said that especially with, like, Bret Hart. I think sometimes previous Brets, they didn't quite get it, but I think the Ultimate Edition, in fact, you can see Bret's head in the back over there. I think they finally got it. And same thing goes with Triple H. Now, will his hair just be one solid color? Will it be painted up? Most likely it's going to be that color that you're seeing right here, but I think it still looks pretty good. And it's a pretty good figure. I'm pretty happy we're getting Triple H. I had a feeling we'd get Triple H, and I'm happy that my prediction has come true, because lo and behold, there's Triple H. And again, right behind him, you can see the Ultimate Edition Bret Hart. That review is coming to our channel this Monday. We already reviewed Nakamura and Ronda Rousey, so if you want to see those reviews, check them out on our videos. And we got plenty more wrestling toys as well. So if you're new to our channel, especially, go ahead, take a look around, and you might see some stuff you might enjoy. And again, here's a much better close-up shot of Triple H. And what's interesting is that it looks like, it's hard to tell, I can't tell if it's actually plastic or fabric, but I think it's actually plastic on him, so it's kind of curious that they did this, like, fold across his chest, which is actually accurate to how it looked when he debuted, when he debuted that attire for that one time he wore it. Alright, now moving on, we're going to take a look at just all the various Elite figures, and they had two different displays with multiple figures there, and here's one of them, which is basically a backlot brawl, essentially, of a lot of different dudes, but it's mostly like Attitude Era, or Monday Night War era guys, in fact. You can see DX, but you can also see there's Scott Hall back there, there's a NWO Wolfpack Sting, a bunch of guys. And then here's the other display they had, which is, if that was the back lot, this is actually the locker room backstage area. This is the more modern guys. So you've got, a bunch of folks that are already out in the market right now, a few that aren't. We'll take a closer look at them as this video goes on. But yeah, you can see, in fact, over there, there's the new Triple H. I'm still thinking about Triple H. You can see the new Daniel Bryan over there, a few other guys. Now, here's a really great one, making his debut, because we need to get all the Stooges. There is Gerald Briscoe. So he's standing next to Pat Patterson. So they're both in their Stooge attire and the SWAT gear, that kind of fun stuff. And underneath the fabric clothes, because that is a fabric shirt and fabric pants, they are in wrestling attire. So they're ready to wrestle. The heads are basically the older heads of those particular people, but they are in the wrestling gear, so that's going to be basically the most you probably get for these. Now, we've got, over here, we get another big group shot of everybody, which looks very, very cool. I'm just trying to pinpoint if anybody's in there that's really particularly new or unusual. You can see Kurt Hawkins' Raw door, in fact, over there. Most of the stuff that you see here in this particular shot is already out, I believe, or coming out very soon. It's really fun. They've got Pete Dunne back there, in fact, and Braun Strowman lifting the giant weight. Ruby Riot's gone through a table already. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. I wish they actually sold this diorama, though, right? Like, wouldn't it be great if they sold these dioramas somehow? Wicked Cool Toys is doing, like, all these big entrance stages now, but I kind of wish they had something like this that was for the mass market. And again, here is the new Daniel Bryan, and that is a new Daniel Bryan Elite figure. And he's kicking the head off the Miz, which I believe has just come out now, or it's about to come out. So that's a very, very cool figure that you can get your hands on, coming up very soon. As well as the Adam Cole back there. And now here is that other Attitude Era Monday Night Wars stuff. What I really love about this particular photo is you can see Eddie Guerrero is in the Wreckin' Mobile, the Wreckin' Slam-Mobile, whatever it is. It's no lowrider, but I think it's the best we're going to get, really, right? So I will take it. And we also have, looks like Undertaker stealing Stephanie McMahon. So that's really cool. A really creative use for everything. And here's a better shot of all the different all the different guys. I didn't even notice before that's actually 1, 2, 3. No, I was going to call 1, 2, 3 Kid. That's X-Pac and 6-Pac, essentially, hanging out next to each other. Like, that's some real Inception. And I guess that's why Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are looking very, very confused at the moment. So there's Dude Love as well, which I think is actually one of the worst figures ever made. We're not going to talk about that because now it's time to take a look at the other Elite figures that are on display in the cases. Starting with Big Daddy Cool, we've got a new Diesel. This was actually leaked a little bit earlier by a certain YouTuber who gets his hands on things before anybody else does. He leaked a prototype test shot of it. Here it is, fully painted up, looking good. I don't have a Diesel yet, but it's a good one to get. And here is the Macho Man exclusive SDCC figure, which we actually did order online. It was available on Entertainment Earth for a brief amount of time. I did order it. I got my hands on it. When it's going to come in the mail, don't quite know. But when we get that, there's going to be a review. Ooh, yeah. My throat's too sore to even do that voice. I'm not going to try, folks. A lot of streaming today. Now, here is the brand new Asuka figure. So this is going to have a headdress and a golden mask. I believe we have another shot of that coming up a little bit later on. She's going to have the headdress, the mask. Now, will she come with the robe? I don't have that answer yet. I don't know if it's actually been announced yet. It might have been. I just didn't get it by the time I make this video. But, we're going to probably do other WWE videos as this night goes on. So stay tuned for that. We'll get updates. Now, here is the one that I'm definitely going to be getting. And that is Vince McMahon in his classic blue blazer. This is the vintage 80s style Vince. Head sculpt looks really good. There's better photos of this out there. But this is a perfect figure. I've been waiting for this one for a long time. I passed on that Toys R Us Network Spotlight Vince. But this is the Vince for me. Now, Dolph Ziggler. Here is an Elite with Dolph Ziggler. It's coming up soon. He gets a lot of Elite figures. He's got a lot of toys out there. But he hasn't had one in quite some time as far as an Elite goes. And Dolph is actually going to be getting 2 Elites from this line because he is the Chase variant in this series. So here he is in this photo in the pink pants. And coming up, you're going to see him in his other outfit. Now, here is from GameStop's Retro Fest series. This is the Mr. Perfect that Vinny has actually been talking about a lot. This was his prediction some time ago for a toy to get made. Now here it is in person. This is the Mr. Perfect in the black attire Intercontinental Championship, and he's got the towel. And while you can't see it as easily, his outfit has got a lot of stars and constellations on it, and that was from his short-lived Babyface run. So it's really cool to finally get that. And again, here is Liv Morgan. We saw her debut a while back as well, but now she's just about out on the market, and looks really good. I mean, again, we've got almost all the Riot Squad, whether they're basics or elites, we have them. We don't have an Elite Sarah Logan yet, but now we do have the Elite Ruby Riot, and we do have an Elite Sarah... whatever, moving on now, because there's Tomaso Choppa. Tomaso Choppa right here. This now, I believe, has just come out as well, or is about to be released. So this is him. He's got the removable pants. By the way, yes, those pants are removable. He has trunks underneath it, so that's part of his entrance gear. He does have the green crutch. Why is the crutch green? Don't ask me, ask Bill McKenna. Here is The Miz in his really bizarre outfit that is so bizarre I actually want to buy it. This one's actually, I believe, just about out on the market, or it will be on very, very soon. This is a wacky, wacky costume. I don't understand it. I still don't understand most of the Miz's costumes, but this one in particular is just so bizarre. But I really, really like it. I'm surprised to say it. Now here's the Mustafa Ali Elite figure, which is basically his Iron Man kind of look, kind of sort of Iron Man-ish look, with the hand and the face mask. It's a very cool figure. It's got all the entrance attire. It looks good. I'm a fan of Mustafa Ali. I don't know if I'm enough yet to buy the figure. I'm not hardcore enough of a collector to buy every single thing out there, but it's a really good looking toy. It's a very toyetic character. And here is Ricochet, which is probably like one of the hottest figures right now to get. I was gonna probably hold off and wait for another Ricochet in the future, but I mean, I'm looking at this one now and I'm just like, man, this is too good to pass up. In the back you can't really see it, but he has his wings in the back as well. So when Bill McKenna does NXT, he does NXT, and this was him on the main card. It's still looking really great. A new Elite Bobby Lashley figure. He's got the vest, the headband, and the tire. And I can't tell if there's a sledgehammer, but I don't know if it's actually his or not. It looks like it is in his booth as well. So he can go ahead and work out and hit the tire with the sledgehammer, which is kind of a fun accessory. My big question is whether or not he can bend over and show us his butt cheeks. Here is the new Elite Rock figure, and this one, I have not bought a Mattel Rock yet. This is the one for me. This is Layth the SmackDown Rock. This is from, I think, about 2000. It's got sunglasses, the microphone, the removable fabric t-shirt, and more importantly, the awesome sideburns and very signature Rock boots. This is the perfect Rock, the one I've been waiting for. This will be one that I buy very soon. And over here, finally, Sonya Deville. She's got her entrance attire, which looks really, really nice, actually. It's kind of similar to like what Ken Shamrock had. It's probably actually almost the same thing, just I think they cut the sleeves off. But it's a good reuse of that, despite any of that. And it's good to have her as well. So we now have basically all the members of Absolution. Very cool. Another shot of Bobby Lashley, looking good. This is actually a basic, looks like. I think it snuck into my Elite section, so you have to forgive me. Some of my stuff got a little bit unorganized here, but you can never have enough Bobby Lashleys. And I was saying there was going to be a lot of Bobby Lashleys this year. I was not wrong. We're getting at least one basic and at least one Elite. I am surprised that there's no Leo Rush figure yet. I kind of thought they'd be in a 2-pack or something, but whatever. And finally, Macho Man and Sky Too Hottie? What? I actually forgot they made a Sky Too Hottie figure until I saw this. This was, again, part of that big display. I did not know they made Sky Too Hottie. Or at least I just forgot about it. So I was like, is that a new figure they snuck in there? But no, they made a Scotty a little while ago, and I just completely glossed over it. So Macho Man's about to destroy him. There it is. So there you go, folks. That's our look at everything that was on display at the Mattel booth during San Diego Comic-Con 2019. But that's not everything that was shown, because on Friday they did their big mega reveal panel, which had a lot of 3D renderings, a lot of other figures that were not shown. That's going to be part 2 of this video. So for now, this is just part 1, everything that was on display. Stay tuned for part 2, where we go over everything that was actually shown during the Friday panel. So again, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, whichever way I'm pointing. Go do that. Do all the things. Like, share, subscribe to the channel so you get notifications about when we go live with some live streams, which we'll be doing this weekend, as well as more videos and coverage from SDCC 2019. So until then, I'm Matthew from Nerd News Today, and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys real soon.